Hi, we're here planting seeds today with these kids at the McLaughlin Grows Park. And Michaela has planted her pot with what kind of seeds? Are they squash? Carrots and radishes and squash. And what we're doing is putting them in these little teeny pots, and then they're going to grow. And when they get too big for these pots, the plants are going to be transplanted into your garden. So tonight, when you take these home, I want you to give them each about a quarter cup of water. Water them good. And then every day, give them a little more water, okay? And when they get about this big in your pot, then you're ready to transplant them into your garden. Okay?
Hi, I'm Denise Thompson. I'm a master gardener for Muskegon County. And I also work through the health department, through the community gardens projects. And I was asked to come here today and do some information on bugs, which are both good bugs and bad bugs. And I know a lot of people in town are having issues with a lot of bad bugs. So I did bring some live bugs to show people and to show the damage that they do, and I know a lot of people are having a lot of damage right now. And I also have a lot of information on emerald ash borer, which a lot of people have heard about Grand Rapids cutting down a lot of their trees downtown, and that is why, because of the emerald ash borer. And we do have some of that in Muskegon County, not as much, and hopefully we don't have as many problems as the other counties have. And basically I just have lots of information on backyard habitats, about growing gardens in your community. I have information on growing schoolyard gardens. And I also have some fun things for kids. I have tattoos of bugs, so if any of the kids want to come in and get a little tattoo. Also another insect that we have issues with that are very dangerous are mosquitoes in Muskegon County, and I know everybody knows all about mosquitoes. So I presented a bat house is one of the deterrents. If you can have bats on your property, that would be really great, because they can eat thousands of mosquitoes a night, and that would help with the mosquito population. And I also have some good bugs, which are butterflies, and those are great for pollinating your flowers and your vegetables. So I have a little bit of everything. Well, I've been gardening through the Community Garden Project since 2004, and I grow a variety of vegetables, green beans. This year it must be the year for potatoes, because everybody's growing potatoes, and I have 3 kinds of potatoes this year. I also set aside a portion of my garden for cutting flowers. And every year I grow flowers for the cancer patients at the Johnson Cancer Center. So that's always been a really, really good project for me. My mother passed away from cancer, and this is a way of remembering her. So yeah, a lot of veggies, a lot of different vegetables have been grown, some unique, exotic. I know one of the girls in our garden does a lot of Japanese vegetables for some of the restaurants. And at one time we were growing vegetables for some of the restaurants here and in Grand Rapids. And we kind of, with the economy the way it's been, we haven't done that in the last couple years, and I'm hoping that we go back to that, and that the local restaurants will use our produce. We are organically grown. We don't use pesticides. So we have a lot of good, healthy food. And so hopefully some people also, we also do, the community garden also has a booth down at the farmers market. And during the fall we'll bring some of our produce down there also. And we just really would like more people to come visit our garden and hopefully buy some of our produce. And we also donate a lot of the produce to the food banks, and some people donate to certain families. And so that's a way of giving back to the community also. Yeah, I remember when I was little, that's what got me started into gardening. I had a neighbor that that gardened, and the first thing he got me interested in was growing rhubarb. And he would explain all about rhubarb, not to eat the leaves and everything. So he was a big part of starting me on getting interested in growing food. And I do grow a lot of my own food. I do a lot of canning. It's coming up on blueberry season, so I'm usually out in the blueberry fields a lot because I do a lot of blueberry jam, and my family expects blueberry pies all the time from me, so I do that. And I do grow a lot of my own food and freeze it for the winter, and I do give it to some of my family, and I do have some friends that I do give it to, and then I also donate to the food pantry downtown. All right, the differences between fresh and say local stores that have a very large produce section. If you taste a tomato, for example, from a local store that looks beautiful, perfect, not a mark on it, and you taste that and you compare it to tasting tomatoes from our gardens that are organically grown, fresh, vine ripened, actually they're ripened on the plant, you'll notice a big difference. There's a whole lot of taste compared to what you buy in a store that's traveled, up to 1,500 miles is the usual travel length for some of the produce coming into our stores. Yeah, and it's much healthier. It's not loaded with hormones and insecticides and pesticides and everything from the big agriculturally grown produce for the country. So yeah, you can taste the difference. There's a lot more taste.